Here is the latest customer's touch mark. You can see it next to my nail here. It's about 5/8 of an inch up and down, and a little bit more than 1/2 inch across. And at the top you can see the initials AJ in a stylized form. I'll try to, doesn't seem like it's focusing in too well right now. Try to come in a little and see. Yeah, it's a little bit better there. So, yeah, so you can see the reversed AJ, and then a cowboy riding a bronco, and with his hat held high in the air. And this customer is from the great state of Wyoming, and that's cowboy country, so no surprise there. And by the way, I've actually been to Wyoming and spent a little time there, and it's just absolutely beautiful country. If you haven't been to Yellowstone, go. You know, just looking at this one, I'm really intrigued by it because it amazes me the level of detail that the engraver is able to put into a mark like this. And I typically don't like to ask another, ask a craftsman more details about his work, but I'm going to ask him more about the tooling that he's using to put in such fine detail. You know, I don't know if you can notice, but near the horse's mouth, you can see what I think is called a bridle strap, just a fine line. And, you know, to have that put in there is just, to me, is amazing. But the problem with a mark like this is that the detail you see in the actual touch mark might not translate into the hot steel, because when it's punched, some detail tends to get blurred. So, you know, I'll give it a go and then we'll see what happens. As it stands, it's really nice, and if it gets anything close to what we see here, I think it's a very, very unique touch mark for sure. But another problem that you might encounter is that it's not an abstract form. It's just, you know, it's a cowboy riding a horse, but because the lines are not straight. So that's another thing where your eye, once it's punched in, you don't initially maybe make out what it is. So, you know, it might not be as clear as if the lines were just straight lines like you would have with initials, just initials, or just a straight line form. So, and the body of the horse and the cowboy together, while, you know, they're very small, they're actually bulky, so they can be a little bit hard to punch in because that all makes up one unit. So, yeah, but it's very nice. This is probably one of the nicest I've seen. So, yeah, I'll give it a go, and then we'll see what happens. I'll cool it down and then you'll be able to see it better. I know it won't probably focus in right now. It's just way too dark right here. So, yeah, let me cool it down and I'll give you guys a close look. Okay, there it is. Definitely satisfied. Like I thought, some of the detail is lost, but it's still very clear. I'll zoom in and see if I can keep the clarity. So there you have it. When you initially look, because of the stylized lettering and because of the jagged outline of the cowboy and horse, your eye has to adjust a bit to see it clearly. But, you know, I think now you can see for sure that's, you know, you can make out what that is, not a problem. And I typically like very simple forms, and though this isn't simple, this realistic form is very pleasing. This is just a beautiful touch mark. And one other thing is that if I was to clean this up with a wire brush, maybe with a wire wheel, because you see when you punch it into the hot steel, you lose some scale. You see right around the A here, all around the outline. If I was to clean this up, polish this, I think a lot of that detail would come back. So that's just one other thing to think about. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Touchmark logos like this and others I've shown are made by a professional engraver I know here in Taiwan. He uses H13 steel. If you would like one made, contact me with your design and dimensions and I'll get you a quote. Thanks for watching.